I want you see that right from time the caliphate have been using our people in the north as a blackmail to holding us hostage. Every time, every threat or threaten, they threaten us with the people in our people in the north. And you see that, common sense. I'm not talking about even education or anything, but common sense should have told our people, should have made our people to understand after the war, the way our people rush back to the north without common sense, no single common sense. Although in many of our individual homes, like that of me, that of my own, my father told us right from time. I was born after the war anyway, but my father told us stories that any person, any of his sibling, son or daughter that is investing, doing anything, landed property in the northern part of Nigeria, know that we are not one. That one I know it right from time. That is why no person even wants to do anything apart from, let me say, Igbo land. So that is common sense. But you see, millions of our people still rush back. And this thing has been a very, very big blackmail. You see, even right from time of recent, they have been threatening. If there is anything, you see during Okorocha, is it Okorocha time, when Fulani terrorists were arrested in large numbers. It was Kwankwaso that time that threatened that they should be released or none of our people from the north will get out alive. So we have been seeing this, we have been hearing this, and still we continue moving that way. Which way? Staying in the north. Now, I want to ask this question. Really, what is the benefit of our people being in the north? What is that benefit? Let us talk about it, please. Is it that north makes them richer? What is that benefit? Let us come to that. MAZI, please.
Yeah, MAZI, thank you so much for this. Is this a very good introduction to this topic? What is really keeping our people in the north? MAZI, I am those who happens to be in the north. I studied in the north before I traveled abroad. I have been to many parts of the northern Nigeria. Some for a couple of short time. The only part of Nigeria I could say that I didn't visit before I left Nigeria years back, it's only Sokoto. Maybe Sokoto and those Zamfara area. But I studied in Maiduguri. I also, when I traveled abroad, I was also sending businesses to Maiduguri. I was exporting from China to Maiduguri, to Nigeria, doing some business in Maiduguri before Boko Haram struck heavily. And I can tell you one thing, it has been of blackmail, deception. Yes, nobody can disagree that our people do not have businesses in the north. Anybody tell you that we have businesses in the north, that person is lying. You, Abuja of today. Many people from our region who have traveled to the north, most times they don't return back. If you ask many families, I have an uncle, I don't know if he's still alive. I have an uncle, I was a kid, I used to hear about his name. Then when they said the mom, after the war, the mom took them as a and moved to the north. Fortunately, one of my sisters is from her. I went to study, and I went to the north. I saw that our uncle. I saw him a couple of times. He used to, if you ask him, he says in Bama. He never returned home till today, since after the war. But these are some of them are some of the people who hoping. We have people in the north. They have never come home. Mazi, I know many of our people who are living in the northern part of Nigeria. They can stay 7 years, 8 years. They have never visited home. I can tell you that. They can only come home when there is burial or anything, somebody died, they follow them. I know many of them, they have never been home. Most times, these are the people, we have people that are doing business. I did business, even though I didn't go to play, but I have friends who are businessmen. You can easily value the type of business they do, the goods. You can value many of them. Now, because of this type of people, they have used them to threaten us in many occasions. And there is no way we can compare this without bringing the Fulanis into the picture. Because that is what they are using always to equate what we are doing. They will use it to equate, oh, if you do this, the people. Let me tell you something. In Nigeria, as long as we know we have different kind of people, different ethnic groups, wealth is not being measured by cars, by other tribes in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it is we Igbos. It is we Igbos that, especially this generation, because we know before this generation, people equate wealth, like farmers equate wealth, all those kind of things. People have things where they value as wealth. They can give you a title based on that. Now, or in trade, in export, all this kind of oil, palm oil, all this. But these days, the kind of business our people engage, these, petty traders, buy and sell only something to feed themselves. These are the people they are always using to threaten us. I can tell you something here, Mazi. If you look at the Fulanis does not measure their wealth. They don't measure their wealth by how many cars they have. They don't measure their wealth by how many houses you build. Sometimes our people, I can say, oh, how many Fulani build house in Igbo land? Their wealth are not measured by those things. They don't measure their wealth with those things. You can buy your car. You can see a Fulani man, a multi-millionaire, go in a simple car, not Bentley, not MAZI. He don't even care. So our people are always comparing to themselves businesses. They will come, the Ohanese or these politicians will tell you, no, we have our people in the north. But let me give a little analysis on this, our people in the north. In as much as we have a good number of our people living in the north, but I want you and every other person that is listening, go and make a research. Make a solid research on the businesses they are doing in the north. Go and make a research. They pay rent. They live in that place. They import their businesses down from the east also. You go to the shops. If somebody, most of them, there are rich people, but most of them you see doing these businesses, you go to their shop, goods of 500,000, goods of 1 million. Some selling, can see somebody tell you, oh, my business. They are selling beer parlor. With some bottle of beer.
Just from hand to mouth.
How much do you think? From hand to mouth, Mazi. He's selling maybe with 200,000 or 100,000. He buy mix today, he cook. People come there, they gather, they drink beer, they do this thing. This is the business he's talking about. Some say, I am selling this clothes to textile. how much is the money. Now, you found out that somebody doing a business in the north with 500,000, he is paying tax, he is paying house rent, he do many things, but a Fulani, one cow, Mazi, if you see some of those cows, like some of these, they are cows they were showing on social media last time, those big ones. These cows are sold at 500,000 naira. One cow that they put in our bushes is more than that business that Igbo man is doing in the north. Mazi, are you getting my point?
Yes, and Mazi, the funny part of it, we continue, our people will look down on these people that, no, they don't know anything.
They will look down, thank you, they don't know anything. Let me say something, Mazi. You know the Fulani people have been controlling the cow business for centuries in Nigeria. Even before the amalgamation of Nigeria, the Fulanis have been controlling. And there is something our people don't understand. Among the Fulanis, there is a ruling class of the Fulanis. The Fulanis have a ruling class. This ruling class, they call them the Torobe.
Yes.
I don't know if my pronunciation is very well. They call them the Torobe.
Yes.
That is it. This Torobe, you found them mainly in that Sokoto region. They control all Fulanis, not only in Nigeria, in West Africa. Mazi, in a Fulani household, brother, married in a family of a Fulani household, cattle or cows is the wealth for the family. It goes from generation to another generation. In a standard family, in a Fulani standard family, brother and sister, in a one family, because they own these cattle as a household, minimum, each family owns minimum of 1,500 cows. 1,500 cows. Mazi, I'm telling you, it is not that if you don't have, they bring you in the family and they will give you a share from the cat. Sometimes the family, they will say your own is 50. You are just coming on. That is how they set up families. Mazi, calculate 1,500 cows at the rate of, let's say, 300,000. Mazi, let's calculate 1,500 cows at the rate of 300,000. Mazi, we are talking about 450 million what of naira in a family, a household. You see them walking around, while in a family in Igbo land or in Biafraland, maybe one person is the person that have that money. Everybody in a Akanon only. We get small money, we come and mold block. We don't even use the money to build the businesses. We only get small money, we mold block. We get small money, we mold block. Mazi, yes, the Igbos, they are known for businesses because of the large number of the Igbos, the population of the Igbos. But we cannot, because of these things, because especially in the north, you go in the north. Mazi, say for example, go to Sabongeri, I have been to Kano. Yes, they build houses, people build all these things, but you forgot that houses also depreciate. Even you are collecting money. Remember that a family that have 1,500 cows always in 6 months' time, they are breeding, they are increasing. They are increasing.
Let me not time goes on there, because there is something you said now, which I also want you to dive into. Why is it that, why is it that in our land, like we the Igbos, we cannot build businesses, generational businesses? Just like the Fulani, they succeeded in making this their business. Like before, our business, the way we know wealth in our land is SAG. You know, you see person with Obaji, big is a big young farmer. You know, now we didn't develop that trend. We didn't. We destroyed it.
Did not.
Looking for paper money. Once you hustle for 1 year, you come and buy a car and come and flash your home that you get.
That is it. That is it.
Whereas the Fulani, they can maintain. Father will pass the cows and goats to the son, to the children, and they continue multiplying it. They will tell you for centuries, their great grandfather, they continue building on that. Whereas we cannot. Why is it so?
Mazi, do you know why the Fulani in Nigeria we're saying they are 10%, 10% or what? You 10 million. Okay, let's say 10 million.
They are not up to the 2.5% of Nigeria population normally. Less than 2.5%. Yes.
Mazi, less than 2.5%. And they are the people threatening the existence of people over 70 million. You can imagine that. They are, even in the whole of West Africa, the Fulani is not up to the population of Biafrans. Are you understanding me? Even in the whole of West Africa.
Fulani in the whole of Africa is normally estimated at highest, maximum 25 million. Highest.
25 million.
Yes.
Highest, Mazi. But because of their way of life, their business model, their wealth, that's why they have controlled this cow business for centuries. Mazi, let me tell you something. In the late 1980s, let us talk the one. People will say we are talking about century. Let's talk about from 1980. The Fulanis have dominated already in cattle production in Nigeria. Are you understanding me? They have. In 1982, there was a survey by livestock, Nigerian livestock team or what? There was a survey they did. They found out that the whole of Fulani around the world, around Africa, they deposit their cattle inside Nigeria. 84 or 85% of Fulani cows are kept in Nigeria. 84 or 85. This is as of 2014. And in that 2014, they were estimated that the Fulanis were having almost like 80 million cows in 2014. They were having, they were having up to, not 80 million, that is goats. They were having goats, like up to 80 million goats. They were having cattle up to 25 million. And they were having sheep up to almost 40 million. This is owned by them. This is owned. If Fulanis are not moving businesses from one generation to another, there is no way they will keep this accurate record. Mazi, come to our place. Look at all those people. Even Ojukwu father could not leave his business, could not move to another generation. Remember transport companies. These are people that opened Nigeria, open businesses for our people. Transportation business when Nigeria, do you understand me? Maybe before the war, these are people who have opened lines, mode of transportation, going everywhere. They open the channels, but their businesses never, it's just only when they die, the business dies. When we are growing up, we hear about Ekene Derechukwu Transport. Ekene Derechukwu Transport, that time he died, the business is gone. We talk about Money Has No Master Transport. We talk about many of them. Businesses our people are doing and they are using to blackmail us. These are not businesses that even move from generation to another. So I do not see the reason why our people who own businesses, who are doing hand-to-mouth businesses, our people are all in the north because the southeastern region of the country is not conducive for businesses. And that is what we are fighting for. If we be able to restore Biafra, they will not only do businesses of, you see them, if you go there, you will see our people, unless you have never been to the north. They are not living a great life. They are not living a great life. You go to the north, last time when they killed this Deborah in the north, you can see some of our people that they say they were running. You will see the business now they are running from. You see when the woman was talking, oh, they are coming, oh, they are attacking us. Look at the business she owns. And she may die because it's protecting that business that doesn't worth up to even 200,000. So what we are saying here is this. Our people should stop comparing themselves that we have businesses in the north. Yes, if you come to Abuja, we have to understand that, yes, according to our fire, that it is Biafrans that owns almost 70-something% of the, and if we own in a city 70-something% of the properties there, MAZI, our people should not worry for that. You are not going to lose it. At worst, if they give you taxes too much, you sell your property. MAZI, Ethiopia, Eritreans divided from Ethiopia. And they had their people were having many Eritreans were having businesses in Ethiopia. They didn't lose all their properties. South Sudanese were having properties also in Sudan, in Khartoum. They didn't lose all their property. Talkless of this majority of our people in the north, who are always they are using to threaten us. That I remember your people in the north. If we look at really those in the north, what are they doing? What are they doing? Go and make your own research. So because of this number of people who don't even come home, some of them will never visit home, some of them will never come home. Because of them, they are now holding us ransom. When you talk, Ojo Zakalo will come out and tell you our people in the north, or Haneze will tell you our people in the north. During the time of Jonathan, our people killed in Kanu. I think because Ohaneze collected the blood money for those, and they never allow any one of them to be brought home. They buried all of them there. These things are things we want our people to understand. If you are living in the north, that your shop does not worth more than a cow for a Fulani family. It does not. Because you are talking about your shop, you have 500,000, you have 1 million naira trading. This is what most of them are using in trading business. They come to Lagos and carry the goods. They come to Onitsha and carry the goods. Now, if you are carrying goods, it's 4 cows. Four cows will pay all that money. MAZI, that is why when you call a Fulani man, you need 10 million from them. They can easily rally it up.
Immediately.
You are right. Man, immediately,
you are right.
Immediately, they can raise it for you. But our own, he will run around unless if he gives you 10 million, you know that that business has been liquidated. Does he even have it? Does he even have an access? MAZI, our people come home, it's in the north, he come home in the south, sell a land, take the money he sold from the piece of land and go to north to do business. You don't take money you sold from land to do business. It will never prosper. These are the things we want our people, so that those who continually, it is time for them to start thinking. MAZI, if a Fulani want to buy a car, how many cows? All these 2 million cows. It's 8 cows. He can only wait for like 1 year. The cows will produce, and he will sell their mother and buy anything they want to buy. Most of these cows, and you saw how they are coming in from all over, because they are looking for a permanent place. You saw there was a video done by APF, I think AP some time ago, when they were in that. You see Fulanis coming from Mali by leg, bringing in 500. They will sell it in Nigeria. That is where they will sell it. You see this problem happening in Kaduna today.
Take away the money.
And take away the money. They bring it. If you watch that video, you saw the man say, only Lagos in 1 week, 200 trucks of cows, 200 trucks of cows just bought from the Fulanis. 200. Mazi, you know what is 200 in 1 week? The number of cows, 200 long trucks, 200 consumed every week. And our people are still talking about we have businesses in the north. There are people in this life we are. Even if you come to this part of the world where I am living, in this Arab nation, Mazi, yes, they have cars, but their wealth does not lie on those cars. You will see an Arab man, he will tell you he has 500 camels, 1,000 horses, not cows, their own wealth. Mazi, there are some camel. I'm telling you, they will tell you this camel is 10,000 KD, worth $30-something thousand. A camel. The one they eat are these camel they bring, there are some white camels they bring from Australia, all these things. I mean, these people kept their wealth. We have nothing to keep our wealth. In Biafraland, we have nothing. Mazi, there is nothing. In family, there is nothing. We have nothing we can say our wealth lies here. It has been bastardized. Mazi, if you go to many countries, some countries like Australia, they are exporting meat like nothing. This is where their wealth is. Some countries, if you go, is agricultural product. If you go to India have the highest number of producing what they call it, mango. Any type of mango. They are number 1 in the world. The oil in our place, this is not, because everybody fighting. What do we have? What do we have as a people? They have destroyed the yam. They want to destroy, even we practice horticulturist and agriculture as they call it. You just farm the one that will feed you and your family. Then our people in the north are also holding us on ransom. They are using them to hold us on ransom. And that is why we're coming to this program this evening to let people know. People should not come and tell us, because if we continue looking at our people, if our people are really doing businesses that worth it, the North will not allow them. What they are doing is services for them. The wealth does not lie in all those buying and selling. And in most cases, our people are only, some businesses our people do, it's also our people are those, they service with their business. When you open a beer parlor, where it's Igbo people, you open a motel, it's our people coming there to drink, brew whale, all these things.
Of course.
That is it. There is no production.
It's just like opening MAZI, just like an Igbo man who is a pastor that owns a church in Sabongeri. Who are the customers? It's still Igbos.
Who are the members?
Who are the members? Yes.
So it's our people.
Yes.
MAZI, if you watch, we say we are doing business. Do you know the North we import more goods from the North to our place than what we send up? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? MAZI, tell me what we are exporting to the North. Just tell me. Think what we are taking from, if not from spare parts. Is the spare parts belong to us? Are we not bringing them from outside? Is it not importing? We are importing them. What do we have naturally that we are exporting from the south, from the eastern region to the north? These people bring in the onions, they bring in the tomato, they bring in it's now that people have started making, planting of cucumber. They bring yam. We were having yam before. They have destroyed the yam business in our place. They are importing their yam. They are importing their cows. We say we take spare parts, we go there. We take their parlor, we go there. Are we even reasoning at all? I want to understand. You go to the north, you open a church. It's our people will attend. You build Anglican church in Medugri. If you go there, it is all Igbos attending it.
Look at Owo attack, Owo terrorist attack. Most of 80% of the people slaughtered are Igbos. I was shocked when I saw the list.
Yes.
But they will tell you it's church in
not only in Owo. MAZI, not only in Owo. Go to Medugri. Go to Yobe. If you hear Catholic Church, you hear Anglican is here. Everybody, 99% are all Igbos. The church that the Hausa people goes, this you will see them this Ekwa. You understand me? These are evangelical Baptist church. You will also know. Our people, do you know, MAZI? Our people go as far as the Chad Basin from Medugri to bring Gamborungala to bring dry fishes. Dry fish is coming from that area. You will see trucks, people from Delta State, Isoko precisely. Many of them are doing the. So what I'm asking, we are just a consuming people. So if we are all consuming, carried away that we have a business, why we don't have the business? MAZI, why can't our people come back, set up these businesses? Because why? If you want to build a nation, these businesses you are building outside, if you can build them in Biafraland, you can grow. You can even beautify now you can even take loan in your own place, because this is your place. People knows you are born here. People knows everything about you. Because every time our people tell us about business, we are in Medugri, we are in the Kanu, let us go, send people. If you are in Kanu, you are in North, look around the business you're doing. How many cows do you think it works? How many cows? How many trucks of onions? Spare parts. Are they buying it every day? But onions, tomato, cow, meat is being eaten on a daily basis.
Yes, daily basis.
On a daily basis. Even goat. You come to Biafraland now, we have no goats of our own, no local breeds. You see them talking, you are selling glasses in Medugri and all this, and ask yourself, how many times are they buying the glasses? How many? We are talking about until our people understand that in any ramification that we are still, what we are doing, MAZI, what our people are doing is just this, we are just so loud for nothing. I'm telling you, we are loud, but we are empty under. Under, we are empty. We have no taproot. Your father will die, there is nothing left for you. Because when you leave it, there is no model to move into the next stage. Some will even kill you so that they destroy the business they do. People, there is no, and any nation that works in this path, they are just destined for destruction. We are now thinking, because of the coming of IPOB and MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, because had it been we continue in this way, because they came, they destroyed our culture. If you go to the north, you see most of those our people wearing MAZI, they are wearing babariga. MAZI, none of them in the north can probably wear an Igbo dress and walk around. In that place, they say they are safe. Nobody, none of them. Ask them, how many of them can wear that Igbo dress? Do you understand me? Our traditional, and walk around in the market and do this thing. How many of them? How many? And this is the place some of them continue to tell you, yes, we have businesses. You have this. But you are not safe. For how long are we going to continue to wait because of our people living in the north? These are the questions we are asking. In as much as we are not waiting for them, we are also making it very clear that they have to know that as we are pursuing this, as we are on this journey for freedom, we have I mean, we have done all we can to educate them they need to return home. We have informed them they need to make sure they are in Biafraland when Biafra will be restored. And we use this opportunity to appeal to our people. Those who have some, you have some trucks, you have some tractors, things to do business, to plug the land. If you have a property in Biafraland, I appeal to you, do not sell them to go anywhere. Biafra is coming. Because it will be very bad. You sell those your properties, or you sold them, you travel out. I'm telling you, when Biafra comes, it will be difficult for you to start again. It will be very difficult. I will appeal to our people. If you have any technical equipment, things, handwork, be around. Hang around in Biafraland. Biafra is coming. And we are not going to. Why we are making this program is for people in the North to understand that after a careful study of what we have seen, that in any ramification that the North is still on a higher advantage than us, that they cannot use them who are in the North to always bamboozle us. Why you do this? Why you don't? People in the North. We are not. The number of the Northerners living in the Eastern region is little, but they're bringing everything into our land. They are bringing granite. They are bringing maize. They are bringing. I mean, companies, brew wheels that are being supplied with all these things. Most of these brew wheels, they are taking their industrial goods. They are taking it from the North, but you don't know. They are importing them from the North. So all these spare parts they are telling us, every time they tell us spare parts, as if we are producing spare parts. We're not producing anything. We are the ones suffering. You go to abroad, cut, do the labor, cut the car, bring it, carry it on the ship, fight through the customs, do everything, bring it, then you still carry it to the North, to their doorsteps. And you still live in fear. Some of our people in Kano, they are still selling drink. Upon they see they are destroying it. But if you ask it tomorrow, you say, our livelihood, our business, because he's selling their palo. What we are saying this evening, it is time our people reason and stop this comparison. Do not compare. This Fulani man is not, he didn't build car. Yes, it is not their way. It is not their source of, it's not a way of life for them. They will, even if you cry for 100 years, they will not buy car and start driving it around with you in Biafraland. They will not come and stage a big ceremony and start. They will not do it. It is not their way of life. They are not going to imitate your way of life. These things we have to be very clear. Yeah, Alhaji is selling suya. He sleeps he sleeps there because the business he's handling is a family business. Sometimes it doesn't belong to him alone. They are gathering their wealth. He died, his children continue. So we want to make it very clear that we are closing this chapter. Both our elders, both those who will come to tell us tomorrow, no, these people, they are coming. Our business, our people are there. There are people there. Sometimes the leadership we do when their tension is high. Our people will say, hey, there are people they want to leave the North. If you can send transport for them, we are not sending anybody transport. I'm making it very clear. Because for many years, some will say, some want to come back. If you can give them transport, a charter car, they come. No, we are not doing that. The earlier, the better you start coming down home. One thing is sure, in Biafra land, people must accommodate you, whether good or bad. That is one good thing. You have never seen IDP camps scattered all over Biafraland because of the family issues we have. People, there must be somebody to accommodate you. There must be where you can be able to hang around. So it's better you start coming down now, because at that particular moment, we have to check and control those in Biafraland, control the border system. It's not whether it's there, people are coming. The same mistake we did in 1967. That time, let us assume there was not enough ways to disseminate information. But this time around, there are multiple ways. There are ways through the radio we own ourselves. There is no propaganda. We tell you how it is. There are social media. There are many ways you cannot be able to deny. If you have not heard it, your friend have told you. There is nobody in the northern part of Nigeria who is from southeastern region that will not say he's not hearing this cry for independence. And he's not following the trend of things that are happening. Because you continue, tell me in which place, MAZI, in Kaduna State, in 1960, the Nigerian government, they called that place the Kachia Grazing Reserve. The Nigerian government, knowing it's not today they start bringing in Fulanis from many places. It's a very long, it's a very, they put this place, it is 31,000. By now it's more. That was in 1960s, in the 60s. 31,000 acres of land was given to the Fulanis for ranching. And that the effect of that grazing reserve is the effect you are seeing today in Kaduna State. The killing, they have moved from that particular grazing reserve, 31,000 acres of land that they did in the 60s. You can see the consequences in Kaduna against the indigenous people in Kaduna today. Yeah, MAZI, you said?
No, I said they have taken over everywhere in Kaduna State today.
They have taken over everywhere in Kaduna State. From that only reserve, from that reserve in Kaduna State, given to them in 60s. One thing is our people don't understand is that these people, like the governor of Bauchi said, they have their families spread all over. Like we Igbos also, we Biafrans, we have got our families, you know, people living abroad, living all this thing, but it is not giving us the opportunity to draw them to where we are. We don't have that opportunity. But these people gradually, what they did in 1960, they make Nigeria the international market for cows. When we ban cows, I saw people also coming, you know, Maz, there is a where our people reason, it is really, really worrying. You know why I give a little history of how these Fulani people came, how their business have flourished for centuries, even this period. Because our people are saying, you people ban the Fulani cows, they are still selling. I said, you are stupid. You people are stupid because you have no information about how they are deep-rooted in our business, in our life, and in our land. It will be a gradual process. But our people like to see everything like magic. But when you just say it, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. Get up tomorrow. You understand me? This thing is this. This is the way our people have structured their way of life. They forgot that these cows, there are our people who are also investing in these cows, who have these cows. The only way we can dislodge them as we ban it, we continue to stop patronizing them. We found alternatives. We encourage our local cows. It will start to compete them in the market. Their importation will continue to reduce, but we must be consistent. It's not after 1 year we stop our local cows production again. It must be consistent. Something they have done for centuries. For some who don't understand, for centuries, let us talk about from the 60s, even before. the civil war. They are in control. In control. Until they realize this is also a means we can use. After they have studied us, they feel they have destroyed us. Then now they start to impose. They feel we have been here for a long time. We have learned their language. We have done this. When Jubril came into power, when Buhari came into power, there was something he did in Igbo land. The military, some military officers in Nigeria knows what I'm talking about. The Air Force. He told them to supervise, to give him every location there is forest in the southeastern region. He requested for this. It was a big program carried out by the Nigerian military. They flew around Biafraland and mapped out everywhere there is forest in Biafraland. Some of them who participated in that operation did not know what was happening. But that was the time. That is why you watch the places the Fulanis are going. It is Jubri is the Fulani people settling them in our forest. They bring them, they send them there. They know, they say, go to Zakon. You go to Achala. Because from Achala, they know they already spotted everywhere out. They come to settle them there. For you, you believe they are in the bush, but these are billions of naira. Imagine, Mazi, imagine sometimes people, our businesses, I'm not saying that it is right or it is good what happened. For example, some market will catch fire in the north. You look at the market, some of our people, you see plastic bottles, plastic these things. You see other one. This is their business. I'm not saying this is not that, but when you calculate what have happened in that market, it may not be up to 200 million. But how many cars, and all of you are paying government tax. You are doing everything, and nobody compensates you when those things happen. But in our land, when Fulani cows destroying your crops, rape your mother, rape your sister, or some of our wives, after raping them, if you are pay them, they will still go to pay them for the cow. And they made that cow. Imagine those class of cows that they are selling at 500,000 each. Imagine 100 of them. 100 of them. Imagine how much it is. Just cow in one place, in one bush. They pay no tax, they pay nothing. And that is why they continually refuse to be in a ranch, because they will not pay. If they can be in a ranch, even state government can take a tax, because Nigeria government is taking taxes from our companies. There are federal revenues, they are collecting taxes from them. But the Fulanis refuse. They will not put up that business where the state government or any people can take tax. Out of stupidity, our people will bring them in, because every month, and they give peanuts to our traditional rulers. Peanuts. Mazi, they don't give them more than 500,000. 500,000 is what they give to them. Just money for one cow. He will take the land for the community and hand over to them. Every month, they give him something on his own pocket. And when they start killing their people, he cannot be able to talk. Our people in the north burn down their businesses. Nobody speaks for them. Why are they nobody? Because they saw what they are doing. The business they are doing there is nothing. It's nothing. It's not our people control. Mazi, you go to the north. Go, for example, in the market where our people are selling soup, food items. Is it not our women there? Oh, here, 50,000, 100,000, 60,000. Because of that person, you are telling us that we should not fight for our freedom. If you ask him, he say it is my business. Business of 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira that you are setting up. Because of that, I don't mean that, but what we are saying is take this business, come back home. you will still flourish in your land. Because if you continue, you are jeopardizing even your children. For you now, you feel safe. Your children, at the end of the day, they remain there. You die, they don't come back. They don't even know the way to their houses. They don't even know. Like at the beginning of this conversation, an uncle I told you, maybe they said they took him when he was like almost 10 years or what. He never returned back. Even now, I was the one who even have a contact with him. He had a son there. When I was in Maiduguri, I had a son. We don't know even maybe if he's still alive or just this is the way. And we are waiting for this kind of people. When we talk, we say, oh, our brother is in the north. Oh, you don't know if he's coming back or he's not coming back. Mazi, these are the things we want our people to understand. In case you have anything to say,
yes,
I'm still here.
Mazi, there is this issue, like, you know, when you see, because now I'm trying to compare the Fulani, their way, their behavior. Because before, we ignorantly call them, now they don't know anything, not knowing that they are masters in their way. I'm telling you. Now, you see, we Igbos, we value something like cars, big houses. If you go into many of our villages today, you see empty. No person is there. Even the person that is staying there, you have to be paying the person to stay to keep the place warm. Now, but you see the Fulani, they always go to the basics of life. The basics of life: land, food. I could remember my father, who is still alive. He used to tell us stories of the war, the Biafraland war. He said that the people that the thing affected most were people that we are living in the city. Our people that based in the city, living good, driving cars, you know, living good. He said there was a time your car, you bought millions. You are ready to exchange it if you see anybody for 1 kilo or for 1 kilo of yam. If you see somebody to dash that your latest Range Rover Sports, and for him to give you food to eat for that moment, you are ready to do it. Because the basics of life, food, just like you said, you know, while we are going on things like motor pass, it's not bad anyway, but the Fulani gradually they are taking, you know, the ground. What are the ground? The protein, the food we need. That is where they are going. So that tomorrow, if they are in case of necessity, difficulty, somebody with that possesses food, somebody with meat, that tomato that you love, said, "Nana tomato they cultivate onions," he will be alive. You that is handling that, you are going on Lamborghini. You will see that your Lamborghini will become useless in your hand because you want to eat first.
Mazi, ordinary kidnapping happening in our place. Can any of them drive their car again? Oh. Ordinary kidnapping. Can any of them move the car from what? They are all jumping Okada, Jambo Keke, Napi. This is what our people don't understand. Go ahead, Mazi.
Yes. So what we are doing is to bring our people back home. When I mean home, not only bringing them from outside to our Biafraland, no. Home means the primary essence of life. The primary essence of life, as during the time of the old, that means of worthiness, which we are known. Onya raise age. You know, they know your worth is when they come, they see your budget. You cultivate, you have food, you have all these things that sustains life. Why not we go back to that stage? We have even modern technology. Now in a very small piece of land, you can do with modern technology, you can cultivate things that even that cannot enter, that will be more than maybe 3 acres of land. You just put it in a small place. You know. So what we are saying, what I'm saying, because this is what I'm remarking. You said something also. You see Fulani, when you see them, you laugh. They are walking like with their nama. Calculate the value of that cow. When you ask them something emergency, you demand 10 million. Before a few days, they will bring it. You understand? But the same thing to our people. And now you see the emptiness of our people. You understand? So what we are saying is this, that we can do better. The only thing is that in our own land, they made things very uncomfortable, life uncomfortable. Moving from one place to another. 1 kilometer, you jam 100 police checkpoints, military checkpoint, that renders your life very difficult. Whereas in the north, it's not like that.
So, and that's the goods you imported, though. You understand?
Of course.
You imported them. You don't even produce it.
Of
you
course.
imported them. They make it difficult for you.
So it is, there is something like in our adage, when the tune of music changes, you change the dance. That is how our people we should be. Not doing the same thing at every time, the same thing, the same old system. They know us within our motor pass. Sometimes I become annoyed. Oh, we are traders. Oh, motor pass. Hey, now pass dealers. Which kind pass dealers? This thing I see now as insult. Whereas people, you see the full, they are dealing with the primary thing.
Mazi, it is. Mazi, let me tell you, in this part, like we are saying, things are changing. Okay? In this part of the world, mechanics, that and they will say mechanic. In this part of the world now, nobody wants to be called a mechanic. They prefer you call them car technicians.
Oh, yes.
Because now they call them car technicians. Yeah. You understand me? Because cars have moved out from those manual way and now become electronic, the dashboard, everything. Somebody will tell you, I'm looking for a car technician. Because you'll be able to diagnose with computer, but our people stuck in that. And most times, go and see the shops, Mazi. Go and see the shops. What is there? Everything is imported. No one can be said, shoe imported, clothes imported. But look at these clothes they go to Turkey to bring. These are the things, and our people bring it. The Northerners don't wear them. I think you know that. We go to Turkey to bring goods. We go to China to bring goods. Most of those goods we bring in, the clothes, it is still consumed by our people because the Northerners completely depend on those their fabric and so their abada. Do you understand me? And those their caps. That is what they depend on. So everything we are running around, we are serving our own people. We are serving our people. It's like you see some pastors, like they can Kuwait or Dubai or anyway. You say I have a church in Dubai. But I ask them sometimes, tell me one person from that country you have.
It's still our people. It's still our people that are.
It's still our people. Our people that they start dragging. Come to my church. Come to my church. Come to my. They have never been able to change to bring one Arab. You understanding me to Christ? After all these years, they are making noise, binding. This is our people supposed to understand. Who are your priorities? Who are your targets? If it is only our people you target because of them, you go, my brother, do it at home. I was talking to one person. I told him, you come to the Arab country for 20 years. For 20-something years, you say you're a pastor, you make church. You cannot be able to have, after 20 years, you still don't have a place you can say, this is where I have laid the stone for this church. It's from one basement to another, one basement to another, one place, running around. When you go, you think another person have time to run around or that one basement to another. You understand me? You are not making progress. We need to understand these things. And those people we respect are those, like say Catholic, Anglican, Orthodox. Those ones they know, they have built their foundation. They can trust for many years. They have been there. Our own, we run around thinking we are doing, because we want something, we don't want to.
MAZI, we want something very quick. That money, Abia Sunday.
Very quick. Very quick. Abia Sunday, yes. These things have affected our lives. They have affected our life. You ask yourself, who go anywhere they import, it end in Lagos. Your customers are within Lagos, go to the east, do this. How many, these are Hausa girls, how many of them are following you to wear the trouser and move around? How many? They buy the Nigerian wax. You understand me? They make their dressing, they wear. The money is rotating inside the same place. Even though they may import that, our own, no way. MAZI, are you telling me, even our Ishiago, our tradition, we don't even have a place to produce it in our land. Our clothing, we don't have a textile company to produce it. And we make noise. It's because we lack those things. That's why people take over those chances. I mean, look at it. Man, somebody tell you, I am doing a phone business. I am doing electronics business. I am doing this thing. MAZI, he's not even doing it with the right people. They go to China, they pack it, fake the ones that, like for example, if it's Samsung, he will not prefer to bring. He will tell you the custom is high. That they have those excuses. There is always excuses. They will never bring something good. Even as you see all this clothing shifting everywhere, it is still the fake one. They go to Turkey. I'm wearing Gucci. These are all fake products. I'm wearing this, I'm wearing that. You just want to make yourself feel happy. This is not the original. So if you're not getting the original, why not? Why not live on something? Patronize your things locally. Be in your place. Can we make noise? And at the end of the day, we have no days. It's a very difficult, especially the people in the north, we need to look into those things. If you are in the north, it's time you leave.
Why is it that...
Who are your customers?
Why
does it deserve it?
Why is it that if you come to Biafraland, Igbo land, you will see our people, see Igbo people, just wearing this babariga, Hausa babariga, just casual. Oh, they want to use it as fashion. Yes. Okay. But in the north, they refuse all the, you can never see an Hausa man just out of casual, you see inside his wardrobe in the north. You will see his wardrobe.
Not possible.
Ishiagon in his wardrobe. Normal, just normal. Maybe sometimes he can wear it as casual. But we feel even proud wearing other people's own. All these things gives me concern. Sometimes I say, how is our people created? Are we created to be perfect slaves? MAZI, it's a question sometimes I answer. I try to answer.
MAZI, there is something you raise up at the early stage. When you were talking last time, now about we have properties, we have things, we have homes. MAZI, as we are speaking here, many people living abroad, their homes are there, they pay to take care of it. Even where you have even brothers and sisters, nobody take care of. As long as it's not his own.
Of course.
See, we don't want to take care of it. As long as
it's not his own.
It is mentioned, it's not for him direct. He will not take care of it. If you like, train him in university. Finish. Give him money to this thing. No, they don't take care of it. Many. MAZI,
why? What is our problem, MAZI? with all these things?
These are the things affecting our lives, even in this struggle. You know, in this struggle, you see people, some people come, they thought we come to joke. Many, they thought also we come to make money. Because we found some people, when they want to join IPOB, let me tell you, I have people who used to call me, you know, I say, one day, make una fix me somewhere, you know, I look at their mentality. I say, these people thought what we are doing is something you fix somebody. You understanding me? I used to tell my brothers and sisters, I told them, look, if you do not participate in this Biafra restoration struggle, if you are from my place or like this, when Biafra comes, I treat you as a brother and sister. You don't interfere. Because there are people who have paid their life for this struggle. You won't take what belongs to them and hand over to somebody else because he says it's your brother or it's your sister. But when you are in the mission, how many of them supported you? How many people are supporting you? This is the thing that our people must know. If you are in the north, hoping we are going to look at your business, IPOB will mount a campaign when you will raise your voice that remember people in the north. Since 2012, as I can remember, 13, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting on Radio Biafra for you people to come back. I cannot say there are people who are not coming back because I have people I studied with in Maiduguri that time. Most of them I see they relocated to the south. Some are in Lagos. Many of them relocated. And during that time, Boko Haram was hot and many of them were killed. Many relocated. But you continue to see, even I know friends who were even from Kogi, most of them returned, but there are still our people still hanging up there. And somebody will tell you, Monday market is became hot. I'm having my shop now in Baga. How do you say they wait for telephone? If any customer call him, you come out from the house, go and give him goods and return back. Is this life? What do you have there? You have a building? No. You have a car? No. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because food is cheap. What are you doing? This is a reality our people must face. We must face that reality. And our people should remove the mentality. Mentality that, oh, if it doesn't belong to me, I will not take care of it. That is the biggest problem we are having. That's why we cannot keep a business move from one generation to another.
Almost every family in Igbo land, they don't care. If your thing is spoiling, even if you want, oh yeah, bro, okay, they will give you bill. So if you don't send money, oh yeah, come and take care of it by yourself. That is a mentality. Sometimes, you know, every time here I say our people, we are still primitive. We still have that primitive character, all those bad ones. The good primitive character that we should imbibe, we leave it.
Yes.
But we continue on bad ones, the bad primitive behavior. We still retain it. Mazi, go on, please.
Yeah. So, Mazi, that is the most important thing. We want our people to understand that you don't have anything in the north compared to what the northerners have. The northerners have a lot to lose than we. They have a lot. And they should know, if Biafra comes tomorrow, nobody's going to stop the northerner not to bring his, if he want, this is trade relationship. It's different. When you restore your nation, there must be trade relationship. If it doesn't happen in our present, it will happen in the next generation. Or this is normal. It's life. We must put these things into consideration. At the end of the day, today, this generation can say, after the restoration of Biafra, we said Fulani will not enter Biafraland.
These are false propaganda.
Don't think it's going to be a permanent. These are false propaganda. Anybody telling you those things is lie. And if you are thinking in this way, you're also telling yourself lie. Because when you restore the nation, the only thing you will create avenue. How are they coming? There must be a relationship. There must be that business avenue.
Mazi, let me interject here. Do you know that the other day I was reading about documentary of some South Sudan. Many South Sudanese living in Sudan today, living well, their business is well.
Yes.
They interviewed them. They said, no, everything, they are okay. There is no problem. Now they are living as foreigners with respect. Because they have a country now. But had it been that they were still under the same Sudan, they can be slaughtered. No person talks about it. Because it is internal matter. That is what our people should understand. But once you are, for example, our country is restored, Biafra is restored. People, Biafrans, if you want, you can now go and live in the Ariwas part you want, and you'll be respected. How many? Sometimes I ask our people, you know, every time they destroy our properties, kill our people in the north. How many of our people have been massacred in Cameroon? You see the number of the population of our people in Cameroon, which they have properties there, landed properties, everything. But have you ever heard that they targeted our people in Cameroon and massacred them? It's impossible. Because now it becomes an international affair. They come from other countries, for goodness sake. They have that ultimate respect. But the Fulani propaganda, they will continue confusing you. That is it. Mazi, please continue.
Mazi, let me say this thing here. You know the Sudan you are talking about. I once lived. I was once, you understand me, live in Khartoum. You understand? And I was in Sudan when the South Sudanese were fighting their
liberation war.
For their liberation war. I was not told. I witnessed certain things by myself. Like you said, today, South Sudanese, they are a free nation. They can go to the airport with their passport. They live with respect now in Khartoum than how they were living years back. Before, when you come to Khartoum, you go to Bahari, Amarat, Alobe, all you see people squatting. These are people from South Sudan. They squat like you will see. These people are passing hell. They are being harassed and they were hostile also because they know it was a wartime. But since they got their independence, I'm telling you, many of them went back. Those who want to remain in Khartoum, they went back, obtained their passports, and they returned back to Khartoum. And they are living there now in a more respectable way. Most of them who have their properties, nobody take it away from them. Of course, there may be criminals who may want to chance you, but if you know your right, nobody takes your things away. Our people should know those things. One thing you have to know, make sure your business are registered. Make sure that this thing worth something. Mazi, in this country I'm living, in 1990, when Saddam Hussein entered here and destroyed, after the war, people who ran away, they are not even citizens. They are just expatriates. They still came back. They said, I was having a car. I was having this in my home. I was having, and many, almost, they paid all of them the compensation. They paid. As long as you have evidence, I was having this car when Saddam Hussein came here. I was having this. I was having this. The government paid a lot of people. So I don't see who is giving our people this notion that if there is war, you understand me? And even the first 1967, 1970, when there was war, apart from Iguacha, everywhere our people had their properties, it was returned. Apart from Iguacha, the abandoned property. In Lagos, in many places, people fought and got their goods, their properties returned back. I don't see the reason why people ask that onye harando back, our people should learn. It is time to move. The business you are doing in the north is not more than they are doing in the south. The Fulani, the Hausas, their main consumption market is the southern part of Nigeria. That is it. Mazi, look at the rivers around us. Instead, our brothers in the river area have used bunkering and destroyed the land. No fish, nothing. The one they are committing also with one the foreign companies are committing. You can't find fish. You cannot, everybody now go to fish pond, which is not the best way, especially this catfish they are producing. It's just to replace. But we're supposed to eat fish from the rivers, but no fish. They are now bringing it in the north. They destroy everything. Our people are not thinking, MAZI. Our people are not thinking. Yes, we know to meet up the demand, that is why we are. Instead, on the high sea, the Chinese are traveling from China and come and they make fishing on our on our international waters. They even step into countries to make fishing. But we can't even fish. There is nothing to do on that area. Sometimes you hear that the Chinese are having problem in Senegal where they are catching fish. It is only we, this our axis, that they use us anyhow. Our people don't know the wealth behind them. They don't know the wealth. Our rivers, even communities will not try to say, let us drain some of our rivers. They allow rivers to be covered by bushes and everything. And this is where lies the wealth of every nation. MAZI, many countries are making their money from fishing. From fishing. Japan, all these places, don't you see their trolleys around the world fishing to meet up the demand? Where are we getting our exporting every day? That belongs to us originally. We pay for everything. It's nothing we are producing. Say this is from us. Don't worry. Nothing. 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 And it is very, very bad, MAZI. It is very bad.
There, MAZI, let us steer this discussion to another topic also. Of these combined topics, one, the way our people turn the burial ceremonies into feasts. When somebody is sick, for example, and the family needs money to get the person medical attention or cured in the hospital, hardly they can get money borrowed or lent to them by friends and well-wishers. But if that person dies, MAZI, the people are ready to give you, to lend you money to squander with, you give them, what do you call it? Maybe land or anything as what do you call it? Collateral. So it's now a problem. And this thing now is making our people, you see, somebody will die, he will be in the mortuary for months, if not sometimes up to years even. MAZI, why are we going into this situation? And how are we going to talk to our people so that we start reconsidering this, first of all, turning funerals into showcasing of wealth. Showcasing of wealth. Sometimes I used to say, there are things that we should learn from other cultures. There are things we should remove. Yes, somebody will say, no, it's our culture. I say, yes, no culture is perfect. There are some things, when you look at it, it doesn't match to the time we are in. It's outdated. Now we try one way or the other to remove it. If we see one part of our culture that is no more, it doesn't match to the situation we are in, the current situation, we find one way or the other to jettison it. If we can learn, we learn. Look at even the Fulani we are talking. One thing I love with them, somebody died, they bury the person at the same day. With they wrap the person. Even you see high-ranking Nigerian officials. You see them that are Fulani, that are Muslims. That is one thing I also love them for that. They will just dig and put, because it doesn't matter. You bury the person with one car, anything, that is rubbish, bunkum. So all these things, why putting people that's supposed to be money, now they put them into another burden of debt, and also it leads to living our dead ones instead of burying them, because you have to keep them to give them a very big befitting burial. Even if you go and borrow money, keep the person in the mortuary, and you see mortuary business is now everywhere in our land. I don't know. Sometimes some say, how do we say that we are even smart? I don't. Before I used to say it, but I don't say it again. That we both say, I the smart. I don't say it again. I'm telling you, because if we, all these things is something, things that we should be looking into. If not for the coming of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu IPOB, I gonna pushing, thinking that we are thinking that we are on top of everybody. We don't know that we are with the most stupid set of people. Why is he carrying out this primitive character? MAZI Chinasa, please,
MAZI, you know, I could remember those times when our leader would say we are the most stupid people, black people are stupid. If you post it on social media, people will get angry. You understand me? People will say, oh, he's saying that we are stupid, we are not stupid. But MAZI, like you said, we are not smart. I can tell you that. MAZI, even here, I used to tell people, I said, you say the Arab people, they don't know anything. They built Dubai. They built no Arab country, no country in the Gulf. If you see it, you know that these people are wise. But we try to shut down on them. These people are wise. They know what money is all about. They know. They know something that is good, they bring it. One of their leaders said like that. He said anything that is good, money can bring. He said, bring it here. MAZI, our people don't want to just on certain things because for some people, it is their way, is their source of income. And if you don't understand it as fast as you can, then it becomes part of you. You know, when generator, people don't know that those who owns generator business, they are sabotaging Nigerian electricity business. Electricity. People don't know that those who owns trucks, moving from the south to the east, bringing cows, people don't know that this group of people sabotage also railway lines. People don't know that. People also, a lot of people that have interest in something, they believe the best way is to sabotage another one. No. They say there is a poem that when we in school, they say the world is too much for us. Everybody can get a share. It becomes a choice. It's not a mandatory something that, it must be through truck. I must carry my goods. No. Those ones with trucks don't want you to go through rail. Those ones doing a generator business, they can go into another business. But no, it is the same thing to the burial. As I could remember when I was young, I am an Ongwa man. I remember one of my father's uncle that time, when he died, I was young that time. If somebody dies, they bury him. Emecha akwabaya sizina anemoko. Eboro yewishinama. All those things, they are there. But suddenly, this generation, you see this generation, we destroyed our culture so much because it's this generation that come and brought all kind of stories. This our generation. We brought and destroyed everything that was there. This issue of keeping dead people in the mortuary for a long time, it is now turning to become not even, I don't know how to qualify it. I don't know. MAZI, the first time when I travel outside Nigeria, you know, we talk about this burial, we think it is a tradition or it's a Christian, but no, it is not. Mazi, when I traveled out of Nigeria, I was came in encounter with Christians in other African countries, in East Africa, seen many of them. So I was surprised when somebody died. They said they are buried him. He died in the night. The following morning, before, they said they are burying the person. I said, really? It's a Christian. That was the mentality. I came out from Nigeria at that time. I said, but why they bury him? They said, no, we bury him after we do. They are Christians. I said, really? He said, no, we don't keep it. Why will you keep it? He said, we bury the person. Then after we make prayer, we have, when he died, I think they have 3 days or 7 days, 21. Then they make the 40 days prayer. That from that time, at least in 40 days, even if you could not be able to meet up the 7 days prayer or 21 days prayer, I think the 40 days prayer, which is anybody, if you are the daughter, anybody, you can be able, anybody, anywhere you are, you can be able to. When they bury the person first time, the 3rd day, they make prayer. So somebody died, people are still mourning. The 3rd day, they make prayer. I think they shift again to 7, make prayer. For the person to rest in peace, make prayer. I think, I'm not saying we should take this model, but we have our own way we have been doing it. Mazi, in this subject, the IPOB leadership is looking into it seriously. Because we will have to start with awareness to educate our people. After we have done enough awareness, we may move to the next step of enforcing, making sure that all these mortuaries in our land are shut down. We have to, because our people are people that they don't listen.
Of course. You got behind, you know, the if you don't press it, it will not come out. It will not function.
Mazi, burial of our dead ones has become a burden on our society. I'm telling you the fact. But there are things our people don't understand. Burial we are doing, they say we are Jews, you know, from our side that we have a lineage with the Jewish people. And for more than 5,000 years or 4,000, the Jewish people have maintained burial. They try, do you understand me? They avoid anything cremation, you know, to cremate somebody, all these things. They have avoided. But when it comes to the one our people have to learn, they will not learn it. Are you understanding me? They keep it aside and do another one. Mazi, the number of mortuaries in our place, along the highways, along everywhere, Mazi, is mind-blowing. Mazi, is mind-blowing. Number one, burial, when you bury your loved one, it shows respect. It shows respect. But if people can be able, when their loved one died, they now keep it. You are talking about what month? If you go to Akwa Ibom, people are kept for 3 years, 2 years before they are buried. Even people have forgotten it, and sometimes they make embalm in the house. They find one and make the person embalm. Forgetting there are the number of days or weeks you can keep a dead person. There are no, number. We know there are reasons that makes people not to bury their loved ones fast. We know. People can give you thousands of reasons. But why we are here on this radio this evening, we want to educate our people that there is no need for those things. It is ignorance. Our people, we say we are Christians. Some say that, but you don't know that keeping of dead bodies, that a day will come after the time they don't know it have connections with paganism. It has a very strong link with paganism. That the church have not been able to remove themselves from inside. When somebody died, there are a number of days the person can, to bury him. If not, it will also cost, it will start to decay. Only those who are putting in refrigerating system in the refrigerators. Even if you are putting in refrigerator, there are still a number of time it can stay before the dead body start to decay, no matter what you do. Then people will go to the old way of, they will remove intestine and pour things in balm. They make embalm somebody. I am asking, you now bury some part of his intestines, all these things, you now bury them separate, and now you now embalm them. And sew the stomach and keep it waiting for months and months and months and months, because sometimes you said, I have not gotten money to buy nama. Cow, the same, it pushed down to the Fulanis again, because you need to buy their cow to bury your father. What we are saying here is this: if you are moving along our expressway, you see mortuaries. People build mortuaries. They build mortuaries and kept. Last time in Anambra, there was a mortuary that caught fire. Dead people died again. They are already dead. They now fire come and burn them again now. In Anambra, yes, it was there. It was early this year. A whole mortuary caught fire. People can no more recognize their own people, because had it been you buried, MAZI burial, putting people, do you understand me, under the ground, it is also environmental friendly. It's environmental friendly. You enrich the land. But I don't know why our people, because they say somebody died, he say his son is not around. He will be coming. As if the son comes, he's coming to wake him up from the dead. He said the daughter have to come. As if the daughter come, they have to wake him up. Thank God we have communication gadgets, video. Even if your loved one is dying, you can easily call on video. You can have a video of his last moment. It is all about remembrance. But this issue that somebody died, the whole mortuary in Biafraland is full. They are full. The whole mortuaries in Biafraland are full of dead bodies. And MAZI, I will tell you one spiritual implication on this. If our people continue with this, if the Nigerian government descend war on us, we will lose the war. I'm telling you. There is no country that have fought a war with their dead people being kept around without being buried that survives that war. I am telling you the fact. Go and check the history of Japanese. Those people who have fought the war, Japan, China, go and check all these areas. People who have fought very deadly wars, they come out and tell you, make sure your dead people, because even during the war, people fought. MAZI, there are IPOB members killed many years ago. Some of them, their bodies are dumped. The government don't want to hand them over. Their bodies are dumped inside some mortuaries. They have lost count of who is who in all these mortuaries. I have seen people who go to carry the dead body of their loved one, they give them another one. People do carry bodies that doesn't belong to them. They thought it is their own beloved person. They take it and hand over to them. They take it to go and bury. In the same mortuary, people are dying. When they go and switch over and they give you dead body to go and they bury to say this person have died. They go make certificate because they're running away from criminal. From not to be caught. This is people don't do this. What we are asking our people Yes, they say some churches gave 2 weeks before the burial. We are saying that even 2 weeks is still much. You can bury somebody, and after, if you have anything you want to do, you can do them. People die, make sure they are buried immediately. 48 hours. Okay, even if he die in Lagos, you try to move him immediately. Do you know that sometimes our people die in Lagos? Mazi, this is, look at, I want you to understand this one. Do you know sometimes our people die in Lagos, die in the north? The family says in Lagos, the mortuary bill is a little bit expensive. They send their body home, their dead body, and keep them in Biafraland. People from the north, their people die. They said they send them and keeping dead bodies in Biafraland, and be waiting the time they will go to bury them. Mazi, this is something our people, IPOB, will make sure we go into this education to educate our people. The life are changing, things are changing. Even in other countries where they kept people in the mortuary. For example, in America or some places, as I know, the more you even kept somebody in the mortuary, the more it costs you more. That means they are encouraging people to bury their people as fast as they can. You kept somebody in the mortuary, couple of weeks, 1 week, 5 days, you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to bury the person. But you keep somebody in the mortuary for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. What are you going to do? Is it just to buy the cow? Some will start that time to build house that they've never built. Some will start that time to repaint. Let me tell you, you can still bury your person. You start to prepare the place if you want to welcome people. In any way you do it, the most important thing is put the person on ground. Then you come on how our burials have also affected our businesses. There are people, after burying their family, they will become bankrupt. And they have buried their parents, or they will say that they said, after I bury my parents, destroy my business. No, nobody destroy your business. It's because you took everything you have and do burial for one person, thinking another person will not die. Death is inevitable. It is something that everybody have to think that from now onward, IPOB will continue to mount the campaign. We will start. What we are saying is that when somebody died, we try to bury them as fast as we can. Now we can make celebration to send a farewell message. Sometimes people died. You take his body from Kanu, you bring it to Biafraland, either in Aba, you keep it in the mortuary. You go back, start doing your business. How do you even feel that whenever you remember there is somebody you kept in the mortuary, a dead father, a dead mother? Make sure they are buried. And after that, you can start to organize, saying, Mazi, even we that is living in this part of the world, our people also, Christians here, what do? When somebody dies, they go and bury the person the same day or the following day. Now, after they go to the church and make prayer for the person. So why is it that we can exhibit all these things in another man's country, but when it comes to our place, we don't? I want to understand. Why are we obeying those things in other people's country, but when it comes to our place, we go deaf ears? And people look at us and we're claiming that we know something. Can somebody come and give us a very tangible reason why we should be keeping dead bodies all over Biafraland? Dead bodies everywhere. Now, they have moved from the dead body. I'm not saying that Palms don't do his business, but they have glorified the burials of people that they want to, the limousine, they never carry them in their life. Everything, they never do them in their life. This is now what people are coming to exhibit. Our people now will come to a village because they want to bury a mother. They will say we came with 20 Bentley or Rolls Royce. They are spreading money. A woman that died without not knowing anything. Even where you are spreading the money, poor people are all around. I thought that death supposed to be, yes, you can celebrate somebody, but that is not the way of celebration. If you want to celebrate somebody, you want the person to be remembered, you can set up charities in the name of that person. That is how people will live, become immortal. If you want to remember your family person, you want to remember your dad, your mom, set up a charity in her name. If you feel you have that money, set up a charity than coming to make the lavish burial. Even in the community, you want people to talk about it. They will talk about it. Another person will die. Take up that money, give a charity. If you feel these are our people are being misformed. We bring some foreign attitude, foreign behavior, come and dilute the way of our life. And that is why we are being destroyed. That is why people talk on us like people who don't know who they are. And that is what we want. IPOB leadership, we take it. We are informing our people. Because as Nigeria is planning to carry out a war against our people, Biafrans, we will not go to war without making sure that a number of our people that are being kept in the mortuaries are buried. Because spiritually, during the warfare battle, it is not appropriate unless you people want us to be defeated. We want our people to make sure that Nigeria is bringing water our doorsteps. But this generation is where they are going to end. And they have seen it. They know the Fulanis are coming. They will strike. It's just a matter of time. They have decided that even though Biafra is going, but that they will put up a fight. That is what they have said. Yes, they know Biafra is going, but they must put up a fight. And some people's blood will go down for it. It is not by your making. It is not by my making. It's a decision they have already taken. It is just that what they are all planning is not working out. They are looking at things the way they plan them, it doesn't go in. They have dragged us on many occasions to start a fight. They thought also when the moment they condition our leader, they can push us into a fight. No, we are more intelligent than that. That is why they tried all their best. Look at, since our leader was rendition, look at the number of people they have come attack. Look at how they have. You remember before that time, they have bring in Operation Python Dance, Operation Crocodile Tears, Operation this, Operation. All those times is to instigate. And up till now, all their plans have not worked. That's why you see them every day, they continue to moving people. But intelligence, we have been able to thwart most of all these their plans. The problem we are talking here is that it is we that will take the decision. Don't say a governor will decide for you. Don't say a pastor will decide for you. We are making this thing very open. Even if they be to churches, we will inform them. 2 weeks is too much for burial. Put the person on ground and you can do his prayer after 2 weeks. This is the line we are planning, and we have already decided that we are going to go from now to the end of the year. Let us see the progress we can be able to make on this particular issue. If the church say in 2 weeks, there is no problem. But make sure when he dies, the people prepare for 8 hours. Put him on the ground. And in 2 weeks, you come and do his prayer service. Let us start changing certain things that have not benefited us. When somebody dies, the best thing you can do for him is to bury the person. That is the best thing you can do. It is not to move him to a mortuary, kept him in a mortuary, start paying bills, start sometimes to go to even take the person from the mortuary, the money that have accumulated, some will accumulate to 500,000, 600,000, you pay to carry him in the mortuary and now start going for burial. Now you buy one cow from the Fulani, sometimes from where, if it is your mother, your mother side will say you need to come and tell us with a cow. That is a 2 cows. Then another person, they say the cow, you go. This is before you finish, you have spent up to 4. It has become a way, but this is not our way of life. Anybody put him on the ground, then prepare. But make sure you don't take it so long also. But let us start. This is a campaign we have to start, and we are starting it as soon as possible. We want our dead people to be buried. When we will do this campaign, we will come up with a decision if it's having effect, a positive changes in our society. If not, we will not have no choice than we start shutting down all those mortuaries, because everybody now building mortuary along the expressway, everywhere mortuary. People go from here, accident, whether it's intentional, kill them, they pack our people, they dump. You go to hospital, doctor build his mortuary 500 meters away from the hospital. When sicknesses that they will take time to even see how they can be able to cure you, he said, forget, he give you bill, you die, he profit also. Because when you die, he tell you if you don't pay him that he's not releasing the dead body. It's because he has a mortuary. He carry it through in his mortuary. The bill is there. He don't care. He don't care. Because across the road, he has a mortuary. He has a mortuary. For example, in my last broadcast, when I mentioned about one of our commander that died, Paulinus Opoko, when he died, they brought him to that hospital. The doctor put him oxygen, and after 5 days that we lost him, he said he will be paid 1.5 million. If not, nobody will take the dead body. He said, they said, can you? He said, I keep it in the mortuary now because he has a mortuary. Besides, he said you will pay him 1.5 million. Somebody they brought to his hospital, he died in your hand. You are requesting 1.5 million because you put oxygen for him. And they thought, you say, if you don't take it now, I put it in the mortuary here. Anytime you have money, you come and pay. He will charge you for mortuary. This is the wickedness and the evil our people are using all these things to commit. Doctors that have private clinic have their mortuary. They will benefit while you are alive and while you are dead. In 2 ways, they must benefit from you. In the hospital, they are not serious. Some of them are not serious. You die, no, they tell you stories, okay, because many of our doctors are all abortion doctors. Many of them not alive, but abortion doctors. Most of them came out from universities, only abortion, they know, they specialize in. They don't care. They have no human feelings. Somebody is brought to your hospital, after, even another one, you will collect money after collecting. You don't care whether he survived or not. You send, he goes. He died, you say that I pay you this. People, small child will die in their hospital, they will hold the dead body of the small baby. Say, you need to pay me 100,000, 200 before you take the dead body. If not, he put in his mortuary. Biafrans, this is another phase we must challenge. We cannot restore Biafra when we are being hanged with some of these societal ills. It is not going to allow us to move. We do not want, when Biafra is restored, we start battling certain things. We need to take corrections. We need to change things. It's not people build phone, you go, you accept phone, but you don't want to change. Ask yourself, which country? Look at Biafraland, water all around. We don't have even a company that build good canoe. Or the canoe, good one. Good. Look at River Niger. We don't even have ordinary boats. Nothing we are doing. That is why when
it is a problem, a societal problem.
Mazi, it's a societal problem. Mazi, look at our land, look at River Niger, look at all these things. We don't even have, do you know, in some countries, that River Niger to Asaba, they will have boats, nice boats. People will be crossing. Not that bridge,
yes.
not that bridge that they are mounting heavy. The mountain strength on the bridge. Mazi, people that have nothing to travel on that, they will have a good cruise just to cross that River Niger. But you will see many transport will be there. People that are not crossing, they will cross always. Certified, but nothing like that. Everybody is on that Niger bridge. Everybody on that Niger bridge. Our people are not thinking things we're supposed to do, we will not do it. So, Mazi, I will stop here. Maybe you point out something. If we need to open the line for our people to come in,
of course, we need to open the line. You know, the issue is this. What I see in our people, Ndibo, what we always cherish is something that hurts us as a people. Although just a few people might be benefiting, but all those things that hurts us as a people is what we cherish. Before you know, they implement it, it becomes part of our culture, day-to-day life. It is very bad. The restoration of Biafra, it entails also changing things we could, things that hurt us, things that harm us as a people. Like this issue of burial, making it, impoverishing people in the name of a burial. They are burying their loved ones. Things will be imposed on them, or they will impose things on themselves in order to showcase that could be this and that. All these are rubbish, bunkum. We should, when we talk about tradition, modern tradition, enlightenment, it entails there are things you see. Generations go, they see this thing. Oh, this thing that our parents, we have been practicing. Oh, it is harming us. We weigh the pros and cons, and now we remove all those ones that are harming us. We inculcate all those ones that is good for us. That is not even our culture, but we bring it. No culture is perfect in this world. It goes on constant changes. All these things are things that our so-called elders should be putting mouth, changing things, talking to our people to change. But no way. Where are they? Do we have elders? We have old people. Look at Igbo language. Look at our language. Every language, normally, for a language not to stagnate, new vocabularies must be inculcated into the language every blessed year, because things are coming out. But who cares in our language, for goodness sake? Who cares? Who cares? After they will tell themselves, they will call, oh, they are elders. They are elders. People that sit down and saw what we, the younger generation, cannot see when we climb bureaucracy. Sometimes I look and say, what are they saying? Look at even our language. That they should, every year they should have a standard for our language.
What are they seeing? What are they seeing? What are they seeing? You're right.
Mazi, they are blind. They are not seeing nothing. I'm telling you. Even just as I'm saying, Igbo language normally, every year, experts, authorities in the language should gather around and check all those words that have no translation in Igbo language and put it, insert it. It will be in Igbo dictionary. English is doing like that. Every other language is doing like that. If you don't do it, the language will stagnate. Stagnant ponds, any water that doesn't move anywhere, it only stagnates. It will, within small time, will start stinking, and it will die off, start growing algae, and that is the end. You understand? So we should be updating our culture, our tradition, our language. When we see, we learn from others. things that we see that is to the disadvantage, our collective disadvantage, we should be removing it. Like all these things we are talking about. Look at without electricity, but mortuaries everywhere. Do you know how much electricity that mortuaries consume? They buy heavy generators instead of looking for ways of bringing electricity, even in a community way, locally produced. Mazi, there is something like okay, let's say like Nigeria have no electricity. Yes, everybody have a generator. Both I pass my neighbor. Do you know that there are some people? People that thinks collectively. They will gather and say, look, instead of each and everyone buying one generator for a room for a house, why not we contribute money? Now buy big one, build big electricity, either windmill or any other thing that can carry the whole community or the whole street. Now organize it like that. But our people know everybody wants to do something personal. That advancement of organization, organization is advancement. The ability of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu to organize us into a formidable force. Do you know that it is advancement? It is something that not everybody can do it. Organizing a people into a formidable group movement, it is not easy. That is, is a form of advancement, is a form of civilization. All those things, our people lack it. That is why, to continue a business, generational business, you can see different people. Lebanese, they will tell you that this business is their father started it, their great-great-grandfather started it 17th century. And they are managing it, advancing it. Other people, the same thing. But when it comes to our land, no way. You don't see generational business.
Mazi, Mazi, if they don't do like that, how can you drive Mercedes-Benz? Mercedes-Benz was invented in 18-something. You understand me?
Yes.
Then in many cars, I'm driving Toyota, I am driving Samsung. Samsung, these are people's names, Mazi. These are businesses that people have created. Mazi, we are here. Steve Jobs created, do you understand me, the Apple. He's gone, but the phone continues to exist. People are there working on it. Sometimes I used to be very scared of Innocent Motors. We used to discuss it. I said to somebody, God forbid, let nothing happen, even though he doesn't come to support us. But I said to myself, God, don't allow something to happen to this man until things come. Because if something happened to this man, I'm telling you, you can hear that this innocent that is growing now to a higher level will just die. It become that, we were having one Innocent Motors before. It used to worry me. I said, can this man put this business, stock, let people start, do you understand me, invest in this business, into that, to make sure this business must pass this generation, because it's a very critical time. There are many businesses that are missing. Our people are not taking it to another level because people are not engaging inside. People will come and also want to destroy it. But what we are saying is this: it is time for us, for a nation, we must have businesses. We say, these are family. But if you go to Italy, it's the same thing. It's family. You see, the Italian businesses is family. You go to Asia. There is one Afghanistani man. I was doing business with him on cars papers before. One day, I was just sitting with him. We are talking. I said, he told me no. He said, you thought we start today? He said, my father have been in this country for 14 years. He said, for 40 years, his father is doing this business. He came and they joined. They have all their places. They are family. You come, your son, who among the son want to? The one they say he will take over, he take over. Other people move us. If you want to do the business, this is how people kept, wealth. Come, for example, you found out people along the line, somebody can break the genes, take their family out of poverty. The only way is to build that person. make sure you build it, because God gives a chance to every family. But not that your family member is not going to bring it. Is one person will open the door. One person will open the door, other people will join, and they continue to do well, and the family will grow, and nobody should come and destroy it. But this is lacking in our people, MAZI. It is lacking. And that is why you see us, even in this struggle, sometimes I tell people, don't expect everything we go. There is one of our brother, he's messaging me, he said, those are our people in the north. They should return our children. They said that can remain in the north. One of my brother, our brother just messaged me. He said, tell them, return the children back to Biafraland. Themselves can remain there. It is a very simple message. So, MAZI, we go ahead. Now,
I think I will open the lines.
That our people.
Yeah. Go on. Finish up.
MAZI, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you realize that most of our people, we are missing in this gap. We are nowhere to be found in this gap. Even though we have done enough in businesses to grow through the apprenticeship system, but you found out that now that one have destroyed. Do you understand me? It is not like as it used to be before. Now the apprenticeship is not as solid as it used to be before. We need to make sure not everything we suppose, if we are doing it, we're supposed to protect it. But it is not. Now it's been destroyed. Many things, problems have come because they have seen it is a successful way that the Igbos used and reintegrate themselves on all the things they lost. Now you see them trying to destroy it again, but our people are not thinking. I hope we all wake up from our slumber. There were
MAZI. I think we shall go into just a few minutes break so that when we come back, our lines will be open. Please don't go away.
Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continues. BBC, a propaganda machine and racist media set up by the Great Britain to oppress the oppressed people of Biafra. BBC, your media war propaganda of 1967 that led to the genocide of over 3.5 million Biafrans, men, women, and children, did not stop us. Do you know why? Because we are the sons and daughters of the great lion from the tribe of Biafra. Our minds are made up. Your shenanigans, antics, and fake gutter media will not stop us either. We must and shall restore Biafra. Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continue. Now pay close attention. Be polite when you call BBC and use the following prompt when you call. Hello, my name is. You tell them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Since you are obsessed with telling lies about Biafrans, here are 5 more questions to consider. Now, this is the question to ask BBC. We are witnesses to BBC racist coverage of terrorism, implying that Black Africans' lives don't matter. Yet the same BBC rallies the whole world at the slightest terrorist incident in the United Kingdom. Here is the second question. But when it comes to Nigeria, BBC not only hides terrorist killings, but they slander the victims and survivors of terrorism and genocide. The third one, When will the grand patrons of lies and hypocrisy, the BBC Fake News Network, make a documentary about the daily slaughtering of Nigerians by Fulani terrorists and the government of Nigeria, whom you protect, so that London may plunder Biafran's resources? The fourth question: is the oil and gas of Biafra the reason that BBC is obsessed and terrified by the agitation for freedom by the victims of 400 years of British colonial thievery and crimes against humanity? And the fifth one: we call on the good people of the world to ask BBC and UK government why it aids and abates the genocide in Nigeria by spreading lies, propaganda, and disinformation against Biafran freedom fighters. BBC, we know that you are United Kingdom government agents of imperialism with no modicum of shame. Take down your wicked fake documentary against the victims of genocide and stop your sadistic meddling in the lives of Black Africans. Now pay close attention. This is the time to call BBC. You can call them 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Biafran time. Date 4th of July to 30th of September 2022.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains MAZI Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafraland. Do not forget that we are on an interactive session with MAZI, chinasa, nworu. Our lines are now open. I have people calling already. Our lines are open. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. Please limit your submission, your view, to highest 4 minutes. I beg you, please, because many people are trying to come in, please. I have a first caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Please go on. Your name, where you calling from, and your view or your question, if you may. Go on, please.
I hope I'm coming as clear.
MAZI, go on. You are coming out. Go.
My name is MAZI Emmanuel. I'm calling from Accra, Ghana. MAZI, honestly, whenever I listen to your teaching, it always reverts me to history, where we began. On the issue of building, returning home on building from the food, items of food we needed in our land, in Biafraland, as usual. This is what I was it 2 weeks ago. I was discussing things with a brother, sister here. She's selling clothes here. I told her, see, sister, this thing we are doing here, we are just wasting our time. We are not wasting our time. People doesn't know that farming is a lucrative business that people don't even know that is like fishing, cultivating of plants like plantain and other stuffs. I was telling the lady was like, see, we are eating food that we even prepared, like we don't even know how it came about, that come out, like how it's prepared. But people in the village eat fresh food. They just go at the backyard and unpluck it and cook out themselves. So I was even minded like, if I have the money, I will have to go back home and start something, even if it's fish pond or local bread cook chickens and other things. You start from somewhere. We are not even being here. We are eating the of don't know the state of it in our own stomach. So the thing I even worried about people doesn't know that this is the life we have to live. It's nothing that need to teach us or nothing that need to be taught us. This is a reality we know we have to invest on. So this touched me. I was like, yeah, this is what I need to hear. I need to learn, and this is what you need to encourage people to do. So to be able to sanitize yourself, knowing fully well, here is where life lies, not township this, township that. If we go that thing, we eat their French in French chains, Chinese restaurants, all this, all that. We don't know where it came from. We don't know what they used to produce it. But you have your own life food. You know, ofu onugbu, and you know that this is onugbu naturally. It have its own medical care in your body. But we have absorbed it. That's why you have all this liver failure, or this heart attack, all this is. And the issue of burials in the late burial. Last year, my mom's died. Immediately we buried the woman. Now, up to now, we haven't done any burial ceremony, but we have buried him. But I get to realize the things of what is keeping them long is from churches and traditional rulers as well. There is this little levy they always demand from people, and they will be able to say we haven't paid for one month this, one month that, and this levy may accumulate. You didn't pay it so much, I may accumulate maybe 100,000, and you have to pay it. You have to pay it before you be able to put the person on the ground. That's where the problem lies. I think people may be able to like to let me bury this person. I think they think like that, but I guess it's from the churches and the traditionalists as well. It's what the thing is coming from. If you get me right.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to put on this thing now, because I was able to like bury me. That's usually what my mom told me. If we die, we should bury him immediately, and we bury him. We haven't done the burial. We are scattered everywhere. We haven't done the burial, but she's buried already on the ground. When we are ready, we go there and do the burial. But all these things, I guess, is from the levy tax, the tax imposed on them that make them to keep them on the fridge. Nobody will like a loved one to be on the mortuary where you gallivant around looking for money to bury the person. Thank you. That's my submission for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is all these things. We are also appealing to the conscience of our people. All these so-called community levies or church levies, somebody that is dead, expenses, you are at death also. What type of MAZI? I cannot understand. I cannot understand. Go on, MAZI.
MAZI, there is something people have to know. When someone is dead, what are you asking from him again? A dead person. I want to know. What are you asking the person again? Here, we have seen countries, even if you owe $1 million, $2 million, when you die, that is the end. You have died. But if there are levies, what we are saying is this. The levy, if you be able to collect the levy when the person is alive, you take it. But if the person has gone, I don't think there is a need to, because of levies, you hang. Because most times you want the children to pay the levy, you want them to do this, to do that. Sometimes even the churches, they will tell you, your father promised us one window some time ago. He didn't pay, he didn't fix the window. For that reason, we are not coming to bury him until you pay the window. I don't think these things are fair.
MAZI, this is wickedness. They are not fair. Let's call it the name. It's pure wickedness.
It's wicked. Yes, it's pure wickedness. I don't see. Tell this story to somebody who is not from your side and hear what they will respond to you, to know if this is right or this is wrong. That is the things we are saying. We want people to come here, tell us those things that people that is delaying people not to bury their loved ones. We want to hear them so that it will help us to be able to profess solutions. If when we are approaching the churches, we are approaching the community leaders, we tell them, we don't want people when somebody dies, give it 1,000 naira. Anything people, after all, people died. I have seen where people die, people contribute money immediately to make sure they put him on ground. He's gone, he's gone. You don't count anything for him any longer. It is him. Highest you want to tell people, you said, when this person is alive, everybody see how you do. You don't, it is not fair. As long as he's gone, there is no need. He's owing you 1,000, he's owing you 2,000, he's owing you this. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah, Mazi. Let me see. I have callers waiting on WhatsApp and Signal, but let me see whether a caller or callers coming on direct line, whether I can pick any. I don't know why they always keep quiet when there is caller on direct line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, well, Mazi, go on, please. Welcome to the program.
Okay. My name is Mary Chika. I'm calling from Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, well.
I really applaud chinasa nworu. I'm a personal fan. I'm a member of IPOB with oaths and dues and anything that is necessary to be done in this struggle that we are. I really like the way he put things to our people to understand. If they can understand, if they can listen, because our people seem to be very, very hard in hearing. And they close their hearts in receiving what they have heard. So over the years, our leader has been shouting on the phone, but we see what's going on, that a lot of them are hallucinating. Somebody hiding somewhere in Europe. I really appreciate his take on this, our people that are in the north and confusing themselves. I myself, I was in Abuja a couple years ago. I saw the condition of our people. It's not even it's not exciting. Especially the ones that are running from the halls of the Fulani people that are killing people in the far north. They run to Abuja, living in shacks around Abuja metropolis. You know, just like I was asking somebody, why are you living in this type of place? Why not go to your village? Instead of living here saying that you are in Abuja. So the point, like the powerful sign that he made today, he opened my eye. I was in awe. I was in shock. His analysis, his calculation, and his number, what he called. And some people is selling the pipes that they're using doing what's it called? Doing plumbing, and he's shouting how the business income. But one cattle or even 10 cattle can cover this thing. Our people need to listen to this thing. I keep telling people, stop talking about outlook and listen to the radio so that you can say something, you can understand what's going on. What we are doing is an enlightenment campaign to clean the mind of our people before establishing a state. We can't say them dolls and dollars and dollars. So we be there thinking that we don't expect like African states that we are seeing. That has not made any effort since 1966, 60 years. All of them, some of them have independence up and down. No deep thinking leaders, no skillful leaders, no. Just we have a country. Everybody shouting with the flag. This is the information, this is the knowledge, this is the teachings that our people actually need. The one that are listening, because I listen to Radio Biafra, and I take deeply into what I hear from you people. I commend the chinasa for this, insightful teaching, and I always like to stay his ground to know that what he's doing is personal sacrifice, not all these distractions everywhere. You shouldn't listen to all the things. Some of us are listening to you people and taking it seriously. Wherever you guys want us to go is what we have to go. What you want us to do, we will do our best. We believe in what people are doing. And I always commend you. We put you guys in prayer every day. I put the leadership in prayer every day as I pray for the leader as well himself. I play for family of IPOB members as everywhere.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much, Mazi. Mazi, I think you're done. Okay, thank you. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you.
There were
Good
Mazi.
evening from me.
There were.
Mazi Jonathan, thank you so much. Beloved brother Mazi Chinasa Nworu, thank you for enlightenment this evening, teaching our people what we're supposed to do so that we can be able to help ourselves in all these difficulties we are trying to put ourselves. Fellow Biafrans, my name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria. Mazi, I don't have a question. I just want to, speak in the issues that we are dealing tonight. The truth about it is that, Mazi, I think the only thing, one of the best things we can do that will help to fasten these teachings we are trying to let our people, the importance of burying our own people when they are died without being delayed. Because it's not every family have money to go and buy a cow. It's not every family have money to go and buy goods. We keep on dumping dead body, or even last time we heard that Imo State mortuary is full already. I don't understand why we are doing these things. Mazi, I think IPOB should go through the PGs and all these religious people in our land, like the priests, like the pastors, let them understand for them to preach to our people. Let us bury our people when they die without delay. Because it's the same these pastors or these priests, when our people die, they will say they won't come and bury the person unless they pay so and so money they are owing in the church. Or at the end of the day, maybe this family don't have this money. So they're also going to play a lot of a very big role in this issue without it, because our people are the type of people that like to copy. Because I lost my own, I used one cow to bury. The family that is not even, not even rich to where our family is, want to also go and borrow money to buy a cow to bury their own. It becomes a competition. I've not seen this before. Here in Austria, where we are, it doesn't matter the money you are owing this country. When you die, the debt is wiped out. Some of them, when they ask you, come and go to prison, you go and serve in prison, and they will delay the money. So I don't know why we are suffering our people so much that dead body everywhere. And this thing is also causing a lot of harm. It's causing a lot of problem because the spirits are rolling. Their soul has not been rest in peace. And I don't understand, Mazi. Please, let's go through these PGs and talk to them, these pastors. If IPOB personally can send delegate to let them understand that this harm they are causing our people cannot continue, because they are the part of the problem. Mazi Chinasa, believe you me. Thank you. May God bless you, my brother.
There were, and you too remain blessed. There were. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, sir.
There were, welcome to the program.
I greet Mazi Nworu. I call him the GOC of Biafra armies. My name is Mazi. I'm calling from Dakar, Senegal. Hello?
Mazi, go on.
Okay, thank you. The program is very, very nice this evening, and it is very, very interesting. I would like to add to what we have been discussing on this platform concerning the business and agriculture aspect and burial and so on. Mazi, there's something when the program was going on, the teaching by Mazi Nworu, I begin to connect the dots when I was very, very small. He used about family businesses that Funanis are practicing. So then I now remember in our land, I'm from Ihiala, Anambra. When we were small, there's this kind of thing was happening in our land, but later I don't know how the thing destroyed. That every family has every family wants a binana. Then abịa na those ebi na ahụ ọ ewu ọkụkọ nwere ike na-etolite mmadụ asị gị na ọgụ nwa nwa ọkụkọ ị ga na-ene ọkụkọ ahụ anya na-azụ ya nye ọ bụrụ nwunye ọkụkọ ọ zụọ ụmụ ọ ịgarị ọtọ ọkụkọ. So these things were a way of building people from their childhood, making them, developing them into business, whereby if such a thing has continued, by now, a child of 10 years before he gets to 20 years, look for more business. But I don't know how this thing got spoiled and everything destroyed because of what? Then come to our people in the north. During my service here, I serve in Daura, where Buhari, the so Buhari came from. And the same thing you see, if you go to our people's business, when you look at the business of Omanga for like 1 million, our people are trading with them. Last year, the shops of Igbo people, the line Igbo people got fire to the extent that everything destroyed, the whole line. Do you know that Masari did not even give any of Igbo man compensation in that shop, and our own people are still there? Where I'm talking about, this shop got cash fire was towards where this man FCT of that Emeka went and built the largest library. So our people also, the way as in the business they are talking about is no business that will even help matters. I don't know, maybe it's because of the low rate of shop rent or house rent they are enjoying there that make them to also stay in the northern part of Nigeria. When you go towards the boundary between Niger and Nigeria, it's called Congolom. That's Mayadua. Anybody that knows that area, there is a place they call No Man's Land. If you enter there, man say, "Yo, our Igbo people are food. Our Igbo people food here. Okay, business, business of drink. Whereby army can enter there, shoot somebody, come out because it's No Man's Land, boundary between Nigeria and Niger." So when
they are selling what? They are selling alcoholic beverage, illegal
alcohol boundary between Niger and Nigeria. That is Mayadua. Anybody that know Mayadua, there's one boundary there. What our people, the business our people is doing there is alcohol, and that land is No Man's Land, whereby Niger soldiers can come there and kill people, or Nigeria soldiers can enter there and kill people. No case about that. And that is where our people stock themselves, and they are doing business there, and they only drink. So the thing is so painful that even though our people don't understand what we are even doing, honestly speaking, our people don't understand what we are doing at all. Now, Mazi, I want to just say something here, because when such thing came out, I know many of us put mouth into it, whereby you might remember a small child came to use his own fellow brother to do ritual. And this is what our own are causing to our upcoming generation, whereby you will see somebody on advert na Facebook. And when that child carry his own friend came to do ritual, then the person now begin to showcase that this small child, but he was the one doing the advert that draw the attention of that boy to bring his own fellow friend to do ritual. Our people are not helping matters at all. Our people are not helping matters. When I was in school, there's this agricultural program Nigeria instituted by Osibanjo called NASA. That NASA project then, to the person that explained it to me, is working in Enugu State Agriculture, Minister of Agriculture. So when they come to community, they will ask the community the hectares of land, maybe only corn kahaga hoka. Which nogide shetadatina will be like the easiest way to grow business. Under 3 months, you use it to invest into another agricultural produce, and the business will continue going. But the way things are, many internet, all this banner and so on and so forth. Until and that thing is destroying our land, honestly speaking. It's really eating us up. If we can't stop it now, I don't know, but I know this IPOB will do something about that. This money abuse on social media that is happening and is putting our people in a high tension, whereby the younger generation on where was nworu aka na onwerokwa na onye chọrọ ịgba boy na ihe onye ọbụla chọrọ ime bụ ka o bute ego soro bịa fee ego na internet. And it's not even only affecting our life, our brain of productivity is affecting it also. So Mazi Joe, I will this is my contribution when it comes to the burial of 18. I remember when I was small, in a polygamous family in Imo State. And when for paganists, Christianity also cause all these things of dumping dead body. I will be frank with you because they cause it. I remember when I was small with my auntie in Imo State. Inside that family, they have great farmers who farm very, very well. And they are all pagans. If these people died, that day, they will bury those people. And this is our tradition. Honestly speaking, all these things later came to turn out to the extent that we cannot control again. They begin to see all those people doing that as paganists, that they cannot be able, but this is the way to do things. When those people died, I was small when about 4 of them died. That day, they will just bury all of them. And since the burial, maybe in 1 year time, they will not do normal like the pagans are supposed to. But Christianity also affected us negatively over all these things. Because onye ọbụla chọrọ ego ụka gaa n'igwe, so onye nwuzie ebubutere file ụka ụgwọ oji eji n'ụlọ ụka, which we made the family even to begin to run around. Father said no man be the onye nwụrụ anwụ, family iwe ewe. Mazi is really
very sad.
I know that Biafra, the coming of Biafra will end everything. I thank God as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened our eye. And as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in dungeon, the spirit of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching about religion entered this our brother in Anambra now, Matthias Ezak. And that young man is really doing something about this religious issue we are having.
Mazi, round up. Many other people are on the line, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. I greet you specially.
Mazi Chinasa, one of the things that are causing promoting all these useless characters of ours. Do you see this Nollywood? Mazi, I don't know why. It is our own people, we use our own hand to kill ourselves. Or whether foreigners, the caliphate, promotes all these things so that we use it to... You see, when you watch all this Nollywood, it promotes all these stupid characters. Or wasn't in they no more put any advantage or benefit to common sense. So This thing is damaging our brains. We watch American movies, and you feel that any American is a superhero because of the American movies you are watching, because they use it to promote their own culture, their own land. But in our own movies, they use it to kill everything concerning our culture, promote bad things in our life. I cannot understand. Mazi, go on, please.
Mazi, that is why they will say they have what do they call it? That they have editing board or what? Those who will censor things and they make sure they are good for the society. In this case, you start to ask yourself question: what are these people really doing? Mazi, from the Nollywood, from the time we started, you remember the time the first Nollywood that came out that changed the Nigerian television was this Living in Bondage. And you know what, you understand me? You know what the message they delivered on that particular program. Mazi, the attitude and the mentality that people just leave the village, they go to the town, they siege. It is a false narrative. That is what the Nollywood have taught our people. Along the line also, they thought that they leave the shores of Nigeria to Europe. Immediately you weep. That is also the mentality. There is something this our brother just pointed out here. This keeping of dead bodies in the mortuary, if you ask me, I agree with him. It is Christianity that brought up this particular attitude. Because before now, when people die, they bury them. But Christianity, when Christians start to push in, they need the one, they start to promote it because they are trying to distinguish that this person is a pagan, this person is a church, the people have to come, we pray for you. Gradually, they destroy that way of life. Now that they have destroyed it, they brought something because there was no specific way. Because they don't want to tell people you die, they bury you, and the pagan die, they bury him the same time. Them pagan, because traditional worshippers, there's somebody with the difference between you and him now. There is no difference. That means he died, you bury him today. No, they try to make it is like this speaking in tongues that some of them started. They have turned it to a caricature. They have turned it to something. Some come, oh, we're speaking in tongues. Everybody, it has become a comedy. And now it has gone out of hand. They cannot even control them. They have no remedy to curtail all these shenanigans those things have caused. It is from the way they are trying to separate. He's a pagan. That's why they will bury him fast. We need to bring him to the church, pray for him. They have now widened this gap. They need to keep it in case churches say they don't have money. Some will say the family don't have money. The pastor does not care. He don't care. What? Because he's waiting. You must bring him that money before you put him on ground, because he knows the moment you bury him, that it's not going to. He cannot ask for anything. The church have contributed immensely in this wrong way of life, in keeping the dead bodies of our people in the mortuary. The church contributed a lot. It was after they have understood, people start to agitate for this thing. You see them now, they said, after 2 weeks you die, we must bury them. But they know, let them come out and say no. That we have to. Keeping somebody for 2 weeks and keeping him for 1 month, what is the difference? What is the difference? What we are saying, when somebody died, bury the person. We know it was an instrument they used to, when they were bringing Christianity in our culture. They tried to separate people, separate them. What we are saying is that it is enough. We now understood. Nobody is coming to blame them for anything. But what we are saying, allow people to be buried. If somebody died, what money are you asking? Go and bury the person. Pray for him. After all, sometimes somebody died. After 1 year, they still come to the church to give thanksgiving and pray and make remembrance. So what is the problem? If the person dies today, in 48 hours, you put him in the ground. The problem. Can they tell us what will prevent our people not burying their people in 48 hours maximum? And do what? And do any other thing that need to be done. Because the moment you
Mazi, are you still there? Seems that I'm losing your voice. Let me see. No. Let us continue anyway until he's back. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
There we
my name is Onoshi from Umoban.
There we Mazi.
I'm listening to this program this night, and I say greetings to MAZI, chinasa, nworu, and greetings to you too.
Yes.
I want to touch on this on issue of our people that lives in the north. I don't see any reason why our people still living there, because my people in particular, they have been there since I was born, since in 1995, and they have never seen any achievement they have made in our family. Some of them are there and they are hungry living there. I don't see why they keep on living there. I don't see any reason why. Young boys in Igbo land are wasn't stronger, doing a legit business, doing all manner of businesses that gives money. They are selling very well, but they are there in the north, giving unnecessary reasons. They are still there. So I am saying that anything that happens to such people over there, they will take the responsibility by themselves. Because our leader MAZI has said it before, that anything that happens to any of them there, they are the one that caused it. Because a grown-up man should know what happened before. I'm very young to remind them. They should be the one to tell me. But if they fail to understand that to live in North is also, creating a problem upon their head, because so many times they are run from that place to our home. After that, they'll still go back. I don't know what they are doing there.
Mazi,
so if anything happens to such people, nobody should be blamed. Mazi, they should be blamed themselves.
It's absurd.
On the issue of our people living what we should be doing in our land, like agriculture, I believe our people should think twice, especially on the issue of this cattle, because we are doing businesses all over the world thinking that that is the best, without knowing that the best business is in our doorstep. We should look into that. Very, very important, so that we can be able to compete with them. Their business, their own in our land, is more even important than ours that are there in their own place. But they are using our own to threaten. They are using our own to threaten our people over there, without knowing that their own business is more huge in our own land. They want to take our forests using those excuses, which by grace of Chukwokike and by grace of IPOB, we shall conquer them and we shall win them at last, and Biafra must come. And I'm using this opportunity to say that everybody should pray for MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, and also pray for our land, and also for them to be wise this time around, especially on this confusion that should I say Mazi Samepan is bringing upon this very struggle. Because I have studied the man very well. I've been in his program so many times, and I don't understand him any longer. Because if you will start to disobey the structure of Mazi Nankan, especially Radio Biafra that Mazi Nankan is jealous of, he said we should stop listening to it. So what else can somebody think about that will make the person still follow the man on this very confusion?
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Remain blessed. We must continue. You know, Mazi Chinasa, you're back. Mazi Chinasa, there is like what our brother said. You see people that we are nearly killed. They came back with their life from Ugwausa, from the north. But they are waiting for the thing to go down. Now, attention, or go down. Now, everything will go cool. And they will go back. It beats my sometimes. And they will go back. Another 6 months or 1 year, they will run, come back. Wait until they will still go back. Mazi, I cannot get it, honestly. You want to say something before I bring in?
Yeah, Mazi. What I want to say, there was something that our brother was saying before the line cut off. He spoke about the small boy who brought his fellow small boy on this thing. Mazi, there is something our people to make money rituals. There is something our people have to know. Social media have its own advantages, and I know that the advantages overweigh the disadvantages in social media. For example, many criminals that are caught, people can ask. The FBI or the CIA is normally, sometimes they don't write a criminal on your forehead. They don't say this guy is a criminal. Some people, you saw them, they start to look and found where is because of what they are doing on social media. For example, we know about this hush puppy, what happened to him, many other people, that when they buy those things, they come on social media, they flex. Sometimes some people will carry bunches of money, they come on social media. Some will go to the club and they're spreading money, and the CIA of their, you will spread it. Who is this guy? That's the question. From there, they start to follow you. They start to know. After you say that village people. No, not village people. It is what you have cost for yourself. You say people are no, because you got the money, you come on social media, you come and talk rubbish, you come and the same way happening to these traditionalists. You see traditionalists, they come on social media, they show things that no society, if we have Biafra, my brother, they cannot display those things on social media. They will be arrested.
Of course.
They will be arrested. Mazi, we are not the first people who do sorcery. If you go to many nations, if you display such a thing, you will be arrested. It is because we are living in a lawless society. Mazi, a country like even here that I am living, you will be arrested. Because they know that thing you are doing, they are old people. They know the disadvantages of this thing you are displaying on social media. They know. One, you use it to cheat people. They know two, you use it to destroy people. They know three, you use it to the youth. We think that success in life lies in all those things. People will tell you, people destroy the youth because there is no government. That is why people come and do those things. Now, what are you going to do to them? When pastors are doing their own fake miracles, it's because all of them are compromised. They have destroyed the society. We used to be there. Pastors, we bring people. I command you, see, these days, since IPOB, Mazi, have you even seen people again shouting that? And he was a blind man, he see. Have you seen, since the arrival of IPOB, don't you know that that nonsense have drastically reduced? Have you now seen any pastor telling you, I heal the sick, I do the... Now, all of them have changed topic of this thing. Change their topic. Now, some of them is, carry me, they go, Jehovah, carry me, they go, my husband's house. These are the kind of things they have been able to switch in. They are now begging, make Jehovah carry them, they go. Because before, they will tell you, I heal this person, I heal that. Social media have come, expose all of them. But the problem is, look at these traditionalists. A lot of them are also committing blunders.
They are charlatans.
They are doing. They are committing.
If you are real, you don't need to advertise yourself in social media.
I'm telling you, they are nuisance to the society. What they are doing, there is no society that will tolerate that. It is because everything has fallen apart. Everything has fallen apart. That's why you see them, and people think these are the things IPOB. The moment we restore Biafra, we take. You can't do those things. Yes, if you have your traditional herbal, you have. We respect you, but coming because you come on social media, you use it to deceive a society, children that doesn't know what you are talking about. Force for it. You think now that small boy that was displayed on social media, he came to. Now you are blaming him, but it is what he heard from you. I can make money. It's what they hear from the social media, from the Nollywood, that to make money. Poverty, maybe running in their family. You think that is the best way to go to do. How will you blame them? You blame the mother? No. This age, it has its own challenges. Social media has its own challenges, and that is why it is not everything. You see the other one, he goes, he naked men, women, people. You understand me? Naked them, take money, throw, everybody one good. Mazi, where on earth have you seen this kind of things? I am asking. Where? Where on earth have you seen these things happening? They have learned their own. And if you cannot curtail the pastors, they also will say to you, we have our own things to do. One thing is that our people learn things that are destructive to their society, to their generation.
I am very good in learning horrible things.
We learn horrible things, and we use it to destroy ourselves. Mazi, that is the challenges our people are facing. And I think it needs awareness. We have to continue. Today, we didn't come this far if not awareness. By Mazi Nandekano and people like you, people who come. This is the best university anybody can attend, because here you will hear different kind of opinions, different kind of argument. People residing all different parts of the world. People giving their own experience based on their location at a particular moment. It is not a fairy tale. If somebody call you from Japan, he can tell you exactly his experience in Japan. Somebody call you from Kuwait, he can tell you his experience here. In Saudi Arabia, in Europe, in America, in Ireland, Micronesia, everywhere people can give you. I don't think there is a radio in this world that can coordinate and educate people one at a time. It's not that we are going to Japan now. No, you have to be ready that calls will come from any part of the world. And that is what is called learning. But the problem is this. Our people, why are we not taking the good things? Why are we not taking those ones? And the question is this. How long are we going to wait before we correct ourselves after we have seen all these things? Ohaneze is not coming to correct it for you. Governors are not coming to correct it for you. Those people you call elite, they are not going to. Traditional rulers will not do it for you because they are no more traditional. They are political leaders. None of them is traditional. They have turned to a different thing. None of them. To convert them to Islam is as ABCD. because they have been called that anything they are asked to do, they will gladly, and out of fear, they will execute that against their own people. Thank you, Mazi.
And you know, the most horrible thing that happened to us is this Nigeria we are in, Nigeria. You know, the caliphate purposely allowed, you know, because they know that our people